How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl. Now, recently we've been trying to give away permanents, and that's been very cool. It's been very fun. But I thought that for a change, we'd try to take some permanents. And we're not trying to gain control of them. We're just trying to take them. And Evelyn the Covetous is our... Well, I guess we are trying to gain control of them. Never mind, I lied. Evelyn the Covetous is our commander of choice. We don't have many vampires in the deck, so she will generally only trigger once. I should... Well, that'll fix it. Now she'll trigger whenever we tell her to trigger. And Soren, you're the other vampire card that is just in the deck to be... Don't need you anymore. We just have the full suite available to us. Turn 1. Unfortunately, we do have 2 tap lands, so we will not be able to make a turn 3 play, which is a bit sad. That was not the game plan. We're up against another Grixis deck, too, so that's a little sketchy. Does that actually... No, it doesn't do anything. 2 or fewer. 2 or fewer. 2 or fewer. We're just all about that these days. Forgot that the Kaladesh actually is where this cycle of lands came from, right? Originally the other half. Although if you look at most land cycles in Magic the Gathering, they can generally just be traced back to Dominaria, right? Because we spent so much time on Dominaria that everything's basically Dominarian. Our cat friend opponent is not very... They're thinking. I don't think this will work, but... You know, gotta try. One of the things I have become increasingly annoyed with because of my addiction to Minecraft is that my cap locks button is always turned on to caps lock. Because you hit that button, I think by accident. I think I hit it by accident when I crouch. And it's just always activated. And I cannot fix that for some reason. I never have the wherewithal to think about it. And then I type out fully caps lock video titles and people think I'm screaming, and I'm not really screaming. Hopefully I'm not screaming. We have not gotten that far into Magic the Gathering yet. I have a werewolf vampire, by the way. That's kind of cool. We have all the tap lands too. Like, generally, when I play a Magic the Gathering deck, I never get any of my tap lands. But today they're out in force. Grixis is being good to me. In fact, the oldest deck I have on Arena, which is the video idea I thought of at some point in the future to check out one of the oldest decks I have in my collection, is a Grixis deck. It was way back in the day. M19 had just come out. Nicol Bolas, the Ravager, was the hot new stuff. And I was playing a control shell in Standard. Wild times that was. Me back then had no idea the horrible things that would happen as a result of not just Wizards of the Coast, but the player base finding ways to break cards that were non-intentional. But I think, like, Omnath was definitely intentional. And Uro was intentional. But, like, Field of Ruin? Wizards of the Coast looked at Field of Ruin and they did not think to themselves, wow, this is going to be broken. Rahilda has double strike, so she can beat out a 4-powered creature. Or a 4-toughness creature. So Pitiless Plunderer, he can pretend to be a blocker all he likes. He's not gonna stop us. The Fabricate, okay. And big score. Let's get down Rahilda. Or Evelyn. Evelyn the Covetous. It was rough, but take action, yeah. We're still getting cards off of our opponent, right? They need to cast they need to cast no cards for it to go back to day, right? No, they need to cast 2. Which is doable. Discard. Give our best to see God. You can go. We're against a counter heavy opponent, and I doubt that they're going to rude. They're making treasures, so they're gonna play their Lord's Hander. Don't have the mana for that. Wow. I guess I can get a 3-drop, but let's see what we steal first. We steal something cool. You just cast that. Mirror image. Sure, I'll cast it. Mistake 1. Let's cast Sorin. See if he can do anything. Mistake 2. Not mistake 2. That actually works. Yeah, I'll discard a card. This one, because I can't cast it anytime soon. I guess I only needed 1 more blue source, but it's gonna be a bit rough. Yeah, so if Lord Xander comes down, we sack the Well, we activate Razaketh, and then we only have to sack 1. Rounded down. Okay, yeah, no, that's not how Lord Xander works. So I don't have to sacrifice anything. Make sure we set a stop so that we can use Razaketh properly. What do I want? What do I want? I can't use that. Mind Flayer could be fun. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, I guess we just go for Mind Flayer. Because he is extraordinarily safe with Razaketh on the board. Yeah, so if they try to remove anything, we just sack it, right, to get card draw. I do have 6 cards in graveyard, so Animus of the Night's Reach is a bit scary. These sleeves are kind of dope, too. Nothing compared to the Wanderer, but they are dope. That is good artwork. Our opponent has conceded. They have seen that Razaketh plus their own commander is a decent combination of cards. On to game 2. You know, I was kind of secretly rooting for this deck to fail, because the other deck that I prepared for today is the one I kind of enjoy more. But it's kind of dirtily nonsense, and I guess we don't know for sure what will happen, right? Like, it hasn't happened yet, but generally when a deck does well, it means that the next deck does not do great. So, I'm getting sweaty, man. I'm getting sweaty. Two or more, so swamp into coast. That'll let us leave up the devil, which probably not necessary, but could be. And then we have Olivia to reanimate. She's actually a really good theft card. I was looking for like red-black theft effects, or just red theft effects in general, and there aren't that many that are permanent, right? Like the red stealing effects tend to be until the end of the turn. And I guess you could build like a red steal your stuff stack it deck. That could be kind of fun, but they milled 3 lands. So the top 4 cards of their library were Forest, 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 and Forest. That's bad news, bucko. Like lands raised, you have hit 7 lands at minimum in your top 14. Yeah. Alright, this one, so that I can bedevil whatever they cast. Except for that guy. That guy cannot be bedeviled. He will be Toxfield though, so like the solution is not permanent, but there is a solution. You know, bedevil doesn't do anything. I like your initiative, Tapper, but you are not the best solution. We probably will search up an answer for the shenanigans, a cheap answer for the shenanigans. How many blue sources do I have? I think I have 3. That could be spicy. Get an Invoke to the Winds, solve our problems that way. That one doesn't do it quite. Hostage Taker would be nice, but no. I think we risk it. I think we risk it. Because if we get our hands on our opponent's commander, the game is set, the match is made. There might have been more purpose served to us in just getting a land there. Really, 4 mana search up a land seems like a pretty rough play, but it guarantees our 5-drop, which our current line of play doesn't guarantee, right? Like, Mind Flayer does the Invoke the Winds job better and at a lower cost, as far as, like, colored mana pips is concerned. So, it's rough, man. It's rough. I think I might let greed take a hold of me and lead me to dark places, but we might be fine, right? Like, there is a world where we're perfectly fine. I should have killed it during their turn. Let's answer that. Prevent a 3rd Sapperling from coming on board. Cutthroat would save us, but he's expensive. And I went with greed over reason. And I need another red source, as well as another blue source, to solve all of our life's problems. Man, like, these are the matches. These are the matches that feel the worst, because you see several lines available to you that could have could have saved you from a fate where a squirrel, a plant, and an elf beat you to death, but the forward thinking just wasn't there. I'm curious to see if I wonder if the bug has any animations to it. The Thopter. Because there are... we are so dead. Okay, opponent. I will discard Nicol Bolas, God-Pharaoh. He seems like a castable card at this point in the game, but I just have other things to do with my mana. We need a card that says gain control of each creature for 3 mana or less. Like, that would be fun. Probably not, but it could be, you know, it could be. Like, our mono green opponent is thoroughly trouncing us. They do have the Black Lotus, so that is pretty powerful. I've heard it's a good card. Why it's on the back of their card instead of the front, I don't know. Probably a legality issue. They are really thinking things over. Cost 2 mana. They could just Fair Sentinel. Yeah. It's a bit rough. You take some damage off, but I guess you gotta ramp a little bit more. Like, that's the old StarCraft mindset, isn't it? When your head get more head, which is definitely happening. What's up with Innistrad having big monsters, right? Like, it's the Gothic horror set, but it out of all the Magic IP, like, giant monsters, Gitrog and Toxrill are up there, right? And Toxrill is not really Gitrog level, but, like, he's just another upscaled real creature with horror attached to it that is on Innistrad. I don't know, it's a weird place, man. I feel like there's probably something going on there that makes normal creatures into just big monsters for some reason. I think Innistrad is one of those sets that we have a relatively decent amount of lore on, and it's just purposefully mysterious, right? Opponent is discarding a 3 mana. What am I taking? So I can take an elf or I'll take that. I have an elf now. I guess you're a plant. You're not even really a tree. You're a sapperling. Which is basically a proto tree, right? Like, it's grass with extra steps. We're sticking it out and our opponent is perplexed by this. They're just not attacking and killing us, which is part of the issue. They might be having their own fun little game over there with their emotes, but if you just turn off emotes, you don't have to see that kind of thing. That will definitely kill us very shortly. So a lot of card draw. Yeah, this is still our game 2, isn't it? We got one more after this. I'm just gonna concede. Our opponent is far too slow. Which happens sometimes. Some people they need a moment to think about Magic Gathering, but they're not very popular on the online versions of the game, right? Because on the online version of the game, you can't like chat with someone, or there's nothing really to fill the time while your opponent painstakingly matriculates over their plays. These are good cards. I like these cards. I will keep this. So, Shores into Reef, into Rahilda, into Mnemonic Betrayal. It's a word. You know the word. I know the word. No reason to delve any further into it than that. So you're gonna go on black. You can be a blue card. I guess we got a mana rock. Good for us. We have stolen our first thing 20 minutes into the video. No, actually, we stole our opponent's commander in the first 10 minutes. Never mind. I thought we were failing there for a second, but, you know, it was just a rough previous game that brought about that mindset. Let's borrow that. Got a mana geode for next turn. Tiamat, that's a bit rough. Sorin can only deal with things that have 3 power. Not a vampire, are you? Like, we could chain together enough to make it work if we had a vampire. So, what we're really hoping for is a vampire off the top of the deck that is 3 mana or less. We do have things that fit that requirement. Let's set up for next turn. Firemind's Vessel and a land. Nope. In turn. So next turn we can blood money. But I think our opponent got to... Yeah, they're just gonna do the Tiamat combo, which is you play Old Gnawbones, you swing in, you deal 7 damage, you make 7 tokens, and then you cast another dragon. We might just be dragoned to death at this point. No, this is a swamp. This is blood money. Mirror March into Thief of Sanity next turn could be fun. We can't really get anything from them. Mnemonic Betrayal. Yeah, like... I guess we could set up for a Mnemonic Betrayal Old Gnawbones in the previous turns, but we're only going to have 1 turn of really good mana. And the other turns are just going to be... They're just going to be what they are. That was good. Steal some cards. Guess we'll steal a land. And we'll end her off there. Yeah, Old Gnawbones won't really do it either, though, will he? So I don't want to take 12, so I'll block 8. That's not what I want to see. Mnemonic Betrayal does nothing. Do anything. Like, we can rather cast. Control. Never mind. Not important. We end our turn. So we're hoping to get a block. Get a block, crew, sack. Control is dealt damage. It deals that much damage to any target. Well, that's GG. Crew. Sack. So we actually have to get, as much as it pains me to get Bedevil, we have to get Bedevil. And Bedevil the Wrathful Dragon. To stay alive at 4. To 1. To stay alive at 1. We might... Our window is very slim. We're up against Straw Hat for life, so we're up against a One Piece fan, so I don't mind losing, but with that block play going off as well as it did, we might have a chance. So I have 5 mana to work with. We just have to Mirror March and get lucky. If we Mirror March and get lucky, we can still win. So the way we do it is we Mnemonic Betrayal into the Wrathful Dragon. If we get enough copies, when they block with Tiamat, we can kill them. Thunderbreak Regent is kind of scary. Mnemonic Betrayal. Wrathful Dragon. Now we pray. Okay. Our prayers did not come true. We can't even stay alive here. We can get them down to 4 though, if they just swing out to win. Yeah, we could have dealt 21 damage last turn. That would have been cool. Our triggers don't go in the stack either because we're dead. GG, opponent. GG. Well, that was our Stealing Stuff games. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.